I
What'd you
have
find?
to. So I have to. Uh,
Ah, got it.
what did you got it?
Just curious about what you found. What's the picture about? Video and OBS is using multiple systems for live streaming. Are you updating your stream's description?
I already done on the OBS, so I have to do in the YouTube too, or only one time in one place.
Once you've set it up in OBS, you usually don't have to edit it again in YouTube, unless you want to tweak the video title or description for viewers. One-time setup for the streaming settings usually works just fine.
Okay, let me go on now. On is showing stop streaming 62%, and let me see on the YouTube is what's going on the YouTube.
Sure thing. Checking YouTube should give you more details.
What about the altered content? Do any of the following describe your content? Make a real person appear to say or do something they didn't say to. Alter footage of real event or place. Generate a realistic looking scene that didn't actually occur. So what I have to do? Press yes or no? Are you listening to me?
If none of those options describe your content, it's best to select none of the above. This helps YouTube understand your video doesn't include manipulated or misleading content.
So automatic chapters allow automatic chapter and key moments. What is it? Allow automatic places, automatic concept, tags, something language and captions, education, stream language. What is stream language? Not applicable. So what I have to do? Title and description language. Select English. So I have to put English. Caption certificate. This content has no television in the USA. This content has no television caption. So what I would do?
Welcome back, Jane J. What's on your mind today?
No, I'm doing fine. So let's do it now.
Sure thing. What's on your agenda?
So I'm going on OBS.
Got it. Setting up a stream or recording something on OBS?
So how I know I'm streaming now?
Yes, yeah.
But there will be other women's games taking place in April and May, and so there's just a sort of
There is option stop streaming and auto stop, start recording, start virtual camera, audio mode, setting, exit, and it's a dropped frame showing 31 0.26 kbps and it's streaming from 12 minutes and 20 seconds. So I didn't see on my YouTube channel.
That could be a delay or a setting issue. Check your stream key in OBS matches the one on YouTube and ensure the stream is set to public or unlisted, not private.
Yeah, it's public.
Great! If everything's set and you've confirmed it's public, it should appear on your channel soon.
That would be one of the big challenges for some grounds, is how they share facilities.
This message delay, how long you want to pay? There's nothing, is everything is fine. So it's details. It's everything is streaming software. I choose broadcast type of stream and restriction none. Category everything played is live streaming. And just more for noise, no more kids. This TV content doesn't pay promotion and paid promotion, nothing.
It sounds like you've got everything set up correctly. If there's still a delay, it might just take a little time for YouTube to catch up. Give it a moment. And if it's still not appearing, try restarting your stream.
It is an extraordinary shot. He's advanced on Avesh. You see him coming. He's banked it a bit shorter. And he has played it a horizontal bat shot off the front foot, almost like a cut, but over mid-off. I mean, that is a remarkable shot. Absolutely remarkable shot.
Yeah, almost off one leg as well. I'm not gonna. It's not a direct comparison to Peterson because he did it more pronounced in terms of that 1 foot and up and over the offside. But that was a proper shot.
So hard to do to get the timing on that. And amazing shot. Goes to 24. Now he waits for this, plays it late and guides it to backward point and just get through for an easy single. Because you're coming down the wicket. This ball is short by rights. When you play that shot, what should happen is you just spoon it in the air and you're caught to cover. He's got it over mid off the 6.
That's what most of us would do, Dan. I'm with you on that. Yeah, it's the length of the ball to be able to get it that much in front of square with the amount of power that he did. Yeah, the batters these days are phenomenal. But the bats as well, everyone talks about the bats. They are a lot more productive, I think, in terms of power and timing.
Short again, goes in the pull this time. Shreyas Iyer misses it through to the keeper. No run. It's a bit of a baseball shot, really. 'Cause you think about the diamond, he sort of hit it to wide-ish long off. I mean, it's pretty straight, actually, but it would have been, I think, just inside the V.
So why it is no showing added delay, none, closed caption,
in that sort of area,
automatic
towards second base.
caption English, unlist live replay once stream ends.
I do know what a baseball pitch looks
Live,
like. Sort of in
unlist
that
live
area,
replies,
isn't it?
replays,
Absolutely. Avesh Khan.
unlist live replay once stream ends.
Shreyas waits
No.
and just pushes off the back
Normals,
foot,
low
down
latency.
towards deep backward point or wide deep third.
It seems like your stream settings are correct.
It's going to be stream latency is normal, low latency, ultra low latency. I'm on the low latency now.
25. I went to Yankee Stadium with Alex
did
Hartley.
you?
Yes, went with Alex
Let me
Hartley.
check on my phone.
During the World Cup.
Oh, I can see.
I get a vertigo.
Oh, or now.
And Ebony, who's with Ebony as well, and she'd got these
No,
tickets
I didn't
for us,
see it.
and they were almost as far back as it's possible to go. I felt perpetually sick with vertigo, and I watched a 0-0 draw that was only broken at the bottom of the 11th innings.
So you enjoyed it then?
It was awful.
They're long games. I mean,
really
we're talking
are.
as cricketers and cricket fans, or ex-players and all that sort of
It's
stuff.
a long time to watch 0-0.
Yeah,
Liz.
it is.
Big Fresh is pushed into the offside by Shreyas Iyer. He's going to get a run because he didn't get any timing on it. Went slowly out into the infield. You know, when you watch football, at least it's 0-0. The longest will be 0-0 after 120 minutes, and then there's penalties. This was 0-0 after 4 hours and a quarter.
Could you have refreshments during that 0-0?
Well,
I mean,
if I had the
silver
courage
lining.
to leave my seat, but I couldn't bear to look down. As this is swung away out of a deep backward square leg. One bounce, two bounce, and then onto the sponge for four by Prab Simran. Digresh will now be taking that incredibly personally. If he gets him out, I expect to see him take his notebook out again. He's given him a look, as if to say, you can't possibly sweep a perfectly decent ball on middle and off out to the boundary for four, and Prab Simran disagrees.
At the end of the day, I'm just here to...
He's got tremendous hair, is Digresh. Plenty of it. Very thick mane of it. He's a combative cricketer. And now his dander is up, I would say. Prab Simran on strike. And he comes forward in defence. I think that's to avoid a mouthful there. Just plays it back to the bowler, no run.
Hope that he forgets about it. Short memory. You know what else is a long game though, Dan? AFL. That is a long game
it is,
over in
isn't it?
Aussie rules.
Yeah, but you know, it's so insane. And they do
I'm checking on the stream health, and there is showing YouTube is not currently receiving data from this stream. If you believe this is incorrect, ensure you're sending a stream and data confirmed with the correct stream key.
And you do at least get to spend 3.5 hours trying to work out what the
Double
rules
check
are.
your
Well,
OBS
yeah,
settings
and who
to
the
make sure
people
your
are
stream
running on
key
the
is
pitch,
correct
'cause you have the
and that the
players,
stream is still
and then you
active.
have all these other
Sometimes
people running
restarting
onto
the stream in
pitch. I watched
OBS
the
can
game once
resolve
at the
this.
MCG.
Give it a try.
Yeah.
I had no idea who was who.
Yeah, well, I'm with you there. Forward goes Shreyas.
But it's showing you are on live. Okay, let me check here something. Select the window canvas. So what kind of window I need? A select to window canvas or output?
It's a good. I mean, they are athletes, aren't they? They have to
For
be some
streaming,
of the
window is used if you're
fittest
capturing a
humans
specific
on the
application's
planet.
window.
ridiculous
Canvas
how they run.
refers to
Yeah.
the whole OBS workspace. If you want to stream a specific program or game,
Shreyas Iyer on
go
strike.
with window.
Fresh hiding the ball
If you
behind his
need to
back.
capture
Tosses
everything
one up.
displayed in
Driven in
OBS,
the air, up over
Canvas
mid-off
is the
to
way to
run
go.
away to the boundary for four.
Canvas?
Really nicely played with the field up inside the ring because of the power play, and he's just got that between extra cover and mid-off, nicely lofted. So after 5 overs, Punjab 47 for 1, Prab Simran 30, Shreyas Iyer. We're going to give you a break in a moment, Liz. Just
So
before we do,
scene transition
it's been a pretty
fade,
dominant start from Punjab.
and there is duration.
Pleased with where they're at the
and
moment as well. See wickets in the power.
Canvas.
Is a big
I choose the
talking
canvas.
point, so pretty much unscathed at the moment.
Choosing
and
the
in terms of run
canvas
rate,
for a
they're more than
source in
comfortable.
OBS captures
You take a break,
everything
Liz.
laid out in your OBS
Henry is back with
workspace.
us.
So it's great if you're mixing
Watch out.
multiple sources
Job
or
it.
scenes.
That's what
Scene
you-
transition
They are very
duration
professional.
adjusts
Just on
how
the
quickly it
baseball
switches
point,
between
yes.
scenes.
It annoys
Shorter
me when
durations
people
make a
say,
snappier switch,
compare T20
while
and
longer
short form
durations
cricket. Oh, it's
create
just
a
like
more
baseball. It's
gradual
not
effect.
remotely. No, baseball's much more like the 4-day game, 5-day game.
Yeah.
Baseball is interminably slow.
So what are the scene do?
Average, get 1 home run a game.
So what is the purpose scene?
Here comes Bishnoi. This is defended by Prab Simran. Final over of the power play. I mean, it's a game for the purist, for the intellectual, I suppose, in its own way. But it ain't like T20. It's nothing like T20. It's nothing like as entertaining. No. 47 for 1. Early on in the 6th over, here comes Bishnoi. This has been hoiked in the air over the infield and down towards long on for 4. Timing wasn't everything, but with the field up. And the
So
power
source
play,
alignment snapping. Snap
fielding rules
sensitivity
still in place.
is 10.
Prab
So
Simran
what
takes
will
the
be?
advantage and moves to 34 of
Scenes in
16.
OBS are like collections of different sources.
Gone around this, gone about this. There's a
Scenes
couple of
in OBS are like
boundaries he's
collections of
picked up
different
over deep
sources,
third have been
such as
utterly
video
ludicrous.
captures, images,
Really good
text,
shots.
or audio
And now he's
that
just
you
he knows
arrange
it's
for
the
your
last over
stream
of power
or
play.
recording. They
And
let
he's
you
just
quickly
looking to
switch between different layouts.
find his gaps. He's going to go hard, I fancy, in this over.
So projector, hide cursor over
51
projector,
for
make projector always on top, say projector on axis, limit F, system tray enable, previews, hide overflow, overflow always visible, show pixel alignment guides, draw safe drives. So
Got 3 more balls of power play. He knows it's going to
In
get a bit
OBS,
trickier to bat as well as
source
that ball
alignment
gets a bit
snapping
softer.
helps align your sources by snapping them to edges or other sources.
Like we're
Snap
seeing a great deal
sensitivity
of that. Not
adjusts
seeing
how close a source
bowlers
must be
frantically
to
trying
snap
the
into
ball.
place.
So
If it's set to 10,
now
it'll
is the
snap
time
more easily than a
when the
higher
field is
value.
up to cash
Show
in as much as
projector
you can, and
options
he's doing
manage how
exactly
you
that.
preview scenes on another screen. Pixel
Here comes
alignment
Bishnoi
guides
once more.
help you
Back-to-back
position
boundaries,
elements
55
accurately.
for 1, and this could be another boundary. That's the best of the lot. There's that flat 6 that we like so much. Over extra cover. Now Prab Simran here.
it's recording user Eric Mavage browse, general file namespace, same as stream, recording quality, recording format, audio track. So on the streaming, video bitrate is 2500 kbps, audio bitrate 160, video encoder software 264, encode preset very fast default medium CPU uses standard quality, and other is enable custom encode setting advanced, audio encoder AAC default, output mode is simple, and then audio is desktop audio meters advanced default low latency hotkeys, mic aux okay video. Now let's go to video. Base canvas resolution, aspect ratio 16:9, output scale resolution 1280-720, downscale filter bicubic sharpen ascend scaling 16 sample, common Bps value 30. So everything is fine or no? It's saying video output is currently active. Please turn off any output of changes video setting.
Yes, you're right. You are right. This has worked into the leg side. 1 run taken. And he will keep the strike at the end of the 6th over. 6 gone, 61 for 1. So, 62 for 1, forgive me. Prab Simran is on 45 off 20. Shreyas is 8 from 7. If you missed the news, as we see a strategic timeout, well, today it was announced that Charlotte Edwards
Your
has been
settings
named
are
as the England
standard
women's
for a
new head
balance of
coach. More
quality and
details on the BBC
performance.
Sport website.
The video bitrate of 2,500 kilobits per second is decent for streaming 720p video.
Interesting
audio
quotes. I think
bitrate
it
of
was
160
pretty much as
kilobits provides
expected. The
clear
normal
sound.
sort of stuff in terms of pride and one thing and another, but I think there is a steeliness to Charlotte Edwards that will be interesting. She says, delighted once again to be part of leadership of the England women's cricket team. It means the world to me to have the 3 lions on my chest once again. Leading England as captain was my life for 10 years. I'll forever be passionate about this team and our legacy.
So everything is fine. So what is open start dialog on startup English, open stats dialog on startup, stable latest stable release default.
Hey Shane J, how's it going there in Ontario?
How do you know my location?
On social media.
I don't know your location. I can only respond to the information you choose to provide.
So how do you know?
He says, doesn't the team need a complete culture
How do you know my
change? Surely getting
location?
the last captain but 1 into the side.
Sorry, I can't
is simply
discuss
going
that.
to embed
You can
the
check
same
Microsoft's privacy
cultures.
documentation
Now,
for more info.
I don't
Okay,
know.
thank you.
I'm just putting it out there as a devil's advocacy. But to some people, it feels like, yet again, sort of same old faces. Because one of the things, we've covered a lot of women's cricket. And for very good reasons, when we first started covering women's cricket, the 2010s, early 2010s and late 2000s, because the gene pool of players wasn't particularly large, was it? There just weren't that many players. You saw the same faces time and time again. And since professionalism has come in, one of the criticisms levelled at the England women's team is that you're still seeing
So there is advanced option. This stream delay enables. No, it's now enable duration 20 seconds. No, it's no automatic reconnect. Enable 2 seconds. Maximum retries 25. IP family, IBP4 and IBP default. Win IP default. And now everything is okay. Show active outpace warning on exit. No color format NB12 8-bit 4.2 2 planes. Color specs recording 709 color range unlimited. SD to white level 300 nits.
Of that 11, 7 of which have retired, including Lydia to my left. And also the culture, I would argue, was an awful lot better when she was captain than it is nowadays. So there has been a shift in players, and there has also, I think, been a fairly strong argument that England have looked back to those days under Charlotte Edwards' leadership when things were less professional financially, and they've said that things looked more professional in those days than perhaps they have in more recent times. So that would be my counter.
There you go, Jack Rule, if you're listening.
We've got our impact sub. Siddharth is on.
Who's off, though? Is it Mitchell Marsh? So far, bless him, he's dropped a catch and got a first baller. Yeah.
So Siddharth is into the attack with Prab Simran on 45. Power play's over, more spin. This time with the left-arm variety. He's in position for a reverse sweep and he clears the infield beautifully. Little bit of a risk. Fielder not far away from it at backward point, but he gets 4.
I mean, that is a ridiculous shot. It's what he's essentially done is play a left-handed slog sweep pretty much, but he's a right-hander. I mean, but bowler's done really well here. He's seen him change, and he has he's changed hands. It's a switch hit. That's not a reverse sweep. That's a genuine switch hit. And he's just played it left hand and muscled it away for 4.
This comes off the pad, drops into the onside, and a run through for a leg bite. 67 for 1 in pursuit of 172. We were discussing baseball, Daniel, and I did see this quote from an article about baseball, and it does make me laugh because in some ways people say, oh, again, you know, cricket's innovations, it's just becoming baseball. But this is an article from a recent magazine about the game of baseball. And I'll read you it after the next paragraph, but I'll read after the next ball. Siddharth left arm spin, lofted away over the offside for 6. Sensational batting, this time from Shreyas Iyer, who gets in on the act. And at the moment, this is looking easy for the Punjab Kings.
Yeah, they're running away with it here. We're now out of the power play, and in theory, it should get harder to get those boundaries, but somehow Punjab Kings have decided they're going to keep going.
I wanna stream something, but there is nothing. I didn't put anything on the browser to stream. How can I know I'm streaming something?
Moves the bulk of the wood in the back.
You could stream commentary or a talk show, or you could share your thoughts on the topic.
Okay, if right now the commentary is going on and it is going to be live, if OB Studio catching it, it's going on to YouTube too.
So they'll run through for the extra run as well as the wide, and the score's for 76 for 1. And yes, hitters do need something, anything to take back some of the game. For the pitchers who have shrunk batting averages for years, now they've got it. A sweet spot in a bat. Who'd have thought it?
It's taken them a while, isn't it? They're basically just copying all the best bits of cricket, aren't they?
Yep.
Siddharth onto the pads once again as Shreyas, who have moved to 16 off 10. What next? They'll be having tea.
Well, they could do with a bit of that, actually. It's all very well having to clamber through 16 rows of people to go and get a slightly dubious hot dog. I'd like a proper tea, I think.
Prab Simran is on 49 off 22. And there will be his 50. Easy as that. Into the leg side it goes. And what an innings it's been from the opener, who gets the acclaim of the travelling fans, who are here in decent numbers. And it is 78 for 1 after 7.
It's been a really good knock. 50 off 23 The pitch hasn't suddenly got a lot quicker, I don't think. I don't think we've seen the effect of dew and the lights, perhaps. And actually, the bowling hasn't been too bad. It's been his improvisation.
So there is a carrying over in by brother.
Then he's driven really well as well. And that absolute monster of a straight slap over wide long off, which is a shot that will live for quite some time in the memory. And it's been a really, really superb innings from a guy who's not lauded in the same way as some of the other big Indian stars, but at this rate, what did they need? Just another 94 from 13. They're cruising.
So Bishnoi to continue. 15 from his first over, and there's runs to be had in the first ball of the next one as it goes out towards the deep, and a tumbling save out there on the boundary. In relay with David Miller, we'll see 2 runs taken. But you're right, 24 years old. He's not somebody that is fresh on the scene. First picked up in 2019, before then again in 2022, and actually ahead of the mega auction we were discussing earlier, he was one of just a couple of players retained by the Punjab Kings. That year in 2023 was that real breakout year. Got that big 100 against Delhi. Comes forward. Oh, gets lucky though this time. Inside edge, almost onto the stumps. And the ball very, very nearly ending up clattering into leg stump.
It's interesting.
81 for 1.
Interesting here though, isn't it? Because he's not slowing down. He's not saying, well, do you know what? We only need 7 and a bit and over. He's decided that his game is to go hell for leather. He's just going to keep going hell for leather regardless.
Shreyas is showing aggression as well. Open stance. This time it's a little more circumspect as he, deep in the crease, will angle the ball towards deep mid-wicket for 1. 82 for 1.
You see, I'm temperamentally quite pro-baseball, I've got to say, to come back to baseball. I don't mind it in the least. I quite like its ebbs and flows. But my issue with it is that it isn't what it's exactly your point. It isn't what it's cracked up to be. It's actually very...
Defended this time by Prem Simran.
slow and methodical game, really.
Fraser in Middlesex on toast. We were discussing this earlier.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Fraser.
Says toast is not something that's put in the toaster, Daniel. Bread is put in the toaster. If you're retoasting it, that is a Triscuit. Oh, a full toss, which is ramped and paddled over the shoulders and down towards a very fine deep third. And that is a loose ball. A sort of one that could have been walloped over the deep mid-wicket boundary for 6, but instead it's more delicate than that. And just paddled over the shoulders.
I really like the way he's played this, because it's a poor ball, but he's gone down to play that shot. And many a person might have been a bit baffled by how the ball wasn't quite where he was expecting it to be, but he's kept his shape and not panicked, picked up 4. I'm going to come back to Fraser because I think he slightly misinterpreted what I was saying there. Because the toast is the biscuit.
Takes the biscuit, is the biscuit. Bishnoi. Bowls onto the pads. That's not a great ball either. It's going to be helped away. It was more leg side-ish and onto the pads, and Prab Simran was happy to take the gift to move to 61 off just 28. And this is not unlike that innings that he played against Delhi a couple of years ago, where he scored 103 off 65 balls. He's on 61 off 28 today.
It's a couple of horrible balls from Bishnoi, though, isn't it? And I mean, it can happen when you're a leggy. And also, he's got so many moving parts. He scurries in so quickly. And I think he's just a trifle rattled. He's full toss the previous ball. That's dispatched. Then he's tried to drag his length down and put in a harder, flatter ball. And he sent it way down the leg side. No, Fraser, the point is that the toast is the biscuit, because the bread is the dough that's cooked once. Then the bread, after it comes out of the toaster, is the toast. So that's the dough cooked for a second time.
But he's saying you said you put toast in the toaster.
Oh, did I say toast in the toaster? Well, in a sense, you do.
Siddharth bowls to Shreyas, lunging forward, gets a single off the inside edge towards short fine leg.
I mean, you put your roast beef in the oven, don't you? Even before it's been roasted. You put your roast chicken in the oven, even though it's a raw chicken.
No, because it becomes roasted.
Yeah, but I'm putting the roast chicken in the oven. It's just a colloquial phrase. I'm just moving to the end of the process.
Forward and spanking the ball down the ground is Prab Simran, and it goes back over the bowler's head, over the umpire's head, and straight to the boundary. He is not holding back here. Strike rate of north of 200. And Rishabh Pant, understandably, cuts a rather This consummate figure behind the stumps, 95 for 1.
This is absolutely thrilling stuff to watch. He's just taking this game completely away from Lucknow. I said a moment ago that they need to make sure he doesn't bat for 25 minutes. He can't bat for another 5 at this rate.
This is jammed into the block hole. He'll get 1 down the ground, 96 for 1.
I think there's a Homeric, it's a Homeric part of speech, isn't it? When you basically describe the thing before it's a thing as the thing.
You get into very complicated tax issues, though.
Yeah.
Because how something is taxed... Hold on, I'm going to be boring here. Siddharth bowls a ball that Shreyas is going to chop behind square, and actually in the end, it's pretty well saved.
Can you save your tax chat for baseball?
Right, dignity. No. I'm going to very quickly tell you this. 97 for 1, 75 needed off 68. Because if something is classed as an ingredient, I think it gets taxed differently to if it's a finished product.
Cake and biscuit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Simran in position to try and play that switch hit again. In the end, he has to readjust and play a back cut wrong-handed out towards deep backward point, as it became, for a single, 98 for 1.
Well, that's why the Jaffa cake desperately wanted to be designated as a cake, not a biscuit, didn't it? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying taxed toast.
98 for 1. Siddharth bowls a ball that is played into the leg side by Shreyas, who looks very comfortable out there, the Punjab Kings captain, as well he's might, as his side are in a very strong position after 9 overs. 73 needed off 66.
I know somebody that is entirely opposed to that is Dion Dublin, who is, I don't know if you watched one of the BBC's flagship morning programmes, Homes Under the Hammer, but I and my wife, we watch it religiously, go in search of new episodes. It can take us quite some time. But Dion Dublin, everything is basically designated on how good the original features are and whether this would be a nice place to have tea and toast. And I'm kind of with him. I think there's a lot to be said for that when you're looking at buying a house. Imagine yourself having tea and toast.
I think that's fair. You've got to be able to envisage what life would be like.
Yeah. Ideally, I bet it's like a tea and a biscuit. That's my point.
99 for 1. 73 needed off 66. Punjab Kings well on top against Lucknow Super Giants, whom they are visiting today. 1 down the ground. Played off the back foot as we see Shardul Thakur replacing Ravi Bishnoi. Seen back into the attack, and I'm excited about this because Simran Singh is going to be on strike. Having played an immaculate innings so far, it has been full of aggression and ball striking of such aggression. Simran Singh, 67 not out of 31, is at the moment making things very easy indeed for the Punjab Kings. They are 100 for 1 in the 10th over, chasing a target of 172. They won their tournament opener and look like they're on their way to play 1-2 against the Lucknow Super Giants side, who hit 171 for 7. And in comes Shardul again. That's going to be wide. Side the off stump, and he's scared to bowl into that arc.
They don't seem to have got any answer at the moment to Simran. He's been just as effective off the slow bowl as it feels as he has off the quicker bowl.